When you look at Mahabharata, the way Draupadi was treated, these examples of women being treated by men the way they want to treat them, they have certainly left an imprint in the minds of Indian men. When you have to learn from these things, how do we expect the current Indian man to not treat his wife like Draupadi? He can simply go and bet her somewhere.
These kind of questions are raised when your source of Mahabharata is from a TV serial, or when in the entire Mahabharata you're only concerned about that one incident because you choose to ignore the greatness of the rest. Or maybe you genuinely want to know the truth. And this reel is for those people. When Yudhishthir bets Draupadi in the dice game, it's natural to feel angry and ask, did the Pandavas really get away with this? The answer is no, they did not. After saving Draupadi in the Sabha, Krishna did not struck down Pandavas immediately. But that doesn't mean they escaped the punishment. They were spared only because Krishna needed them alive to restore Dharma. Their punishment was not instant death. Their punishment was to live through humiliation, exile, and unbearable loss. They were stripped of everything. From kings of Indraprastha, they became wanderers in the forest. 12 years of exile, followed by 1 year in hiding. Imagine princes who once ruled grand palaces, now sleeping on the bare ground, covering themselves with leaves and bark, walking barefoot through forests, facing scorching days and freezing nights. Not only hunger and thirst, they had to fight wild animals, demons like Hidimba and Kirmira. But all of this is fine because they were trained. But the worst of all, they had to take Draupadi along with them. The very woman they failed to protect in the Sabha now walked beside them every single day. She even took a vow that until the Kauravas, who humiliated her, were killed, she would not tie her hair. So for all those years, she lived with her hair open, a constant, silent reminder of that dark day. That pain broke their hearts. And in the war, Arjuna's young son Abhimanyu was trapped and brutally killed. Then Bhima's mighty son Ghatotkacha, who fought like a storm on the battlefield, was killed when Karna used the divine weapon which was meant for Arjuna. Because Ghatotkacha's death saved Arjuna, but it came at the cost of a son. Can there be a bigger guilt than this? Even Yudhishthir, Dharmaraj himself, was marked. Until then, his chariot floated above the ground, a sign of his truth. But the day he spoke half-truth about Ashwadhama, his chariot touched the ground. Even necessary compromises left stains. And when they finally won, Ashwadhama crept into their camp at night and slaughtered all 5 of Draupadi's sons while they slept. Victory tasted like ashes. After Draupadi's humiliation, the Pandavas lived only with shame, guilt, and loss. Guilt of losing sons, cousins, gurus, and the very elders who raised them. When Yudhishthir finally sat on the throne, the weight of the guilt was far heavier than the crown on his head. One question echoed in their hearts. Was the throne really worth the loss? Please don't watch just that one scene where Pandavas bet their wife. Read the entire Mahabharata. You will see this act was treated as adharma and they were punished accordingly. Jai Shri Krishna.